Well, it was pretty much in high school in 2008. We both had the same Filipino class together, but we didn't really talk to each other.
She was pretty shy, so she didn't really talk to anybody. And it was hard to start a conversation sometimes because she'll just be quiet the whole time. And in Filipino class, I would glance over because we didn't sit too far from each other, and she'd always be drawing something. You know, we're both into anime, manga, stuff like that, and I noticed that she knew how to draw that stuff, and that kind of made it easier for me to try to talk to her because we had that in common.
But this was in 9th grade, and we didn't really get to know each other until 11th grade.
Yeah, we had the same
Ichiban class.
We had the same Japanese club during lunch. Yeah.
There was a lady that chased you in there.
Pretty much what happened was that they had these lines at school that we couldn't pass during lunch, and my group of friends, our hangout spot kind of got blocked off, so we were looking for a way to go, and there's this security lady following us around telling us, no, you can't be there, no, you can't be there either. And I don't know why, she's just stalking us. So I kind of took a back way and found the Japanese club. I was like, maybe I'll hide out here for now. And I saw her in there, so I sat near her, said hi, and the security lady came in, and she went to the Japanese coordinator and talked to her, saying, make sure that everyone in here are actually members. And at that point my heart was beating. I was like, oh shoot, she knows, she's onto me. And then
I was onto you too, so
Maria had my back. She passed me a membership paper right as she said that. I was like, oh, you're a lifesaver. And that's when we started hanging out at the Japanese club every lunch.
I thought he was pretty intimidating. He was kind of emo-like. He was always wearing dark clothes, and his hair was all spiky. So there was actually a guy in our Filipino class that would make fun of him, calling him Vegeta.
Vegeta's a character from Dragon Ball Z, if you didn't know. And Dragon Ball Z characters always had their hair crazy, spiked and everything.
But he was pretty intimidating too, Vegeta was, so I would have to agree with that.
I don't know why people thought I was intimidating. I mean, I got that from other friends too, but as for Maria, I right off the bat knew that she was a shy, bashful girl, because she didn't really go out to talk to anybody, and usually her friends would always approach her first to start conversations while she was always there doing her own thing. So I knew she was kind of reserved. And another thing I noticed was that she was very smart, so I was like, man, I don't know. I tried my best, but every time we would get our test scores back, she would be one of the highest in the class, and I just sit there looking at my test scores. I'm like, I can't compete. So I knew she was very smart and at the same time very quiet, but kind of made me want to get to know her more.
So you just asked me out?
I just asked her out, no. But yeah, like we said previously, we had the same Japanese club during lunch, and we hung out there every day, and every day we just got, closer and closer.
Talked about video games.
We love video games, we loved anime, we love all that nerdy stuff. And one day, I've been wanting to ask her out for a while, but then one day on her birthday, I was like, okay, if it's either now or never, because it's a special day. I don't have a present for her, so I'm at least gonna try and make it special by showing her my feelings. So during lunch, I asked her to come take a walk with me, and I did what I had to do. I asked her out, or asked if she liked anybody, and it went well. It went pretty well.
For you, I was hiding the whole time behind my binder, just going like that.
She was pretty shy still, but all you guys know that.
He was the first one who said it. Not really said it, but...
Yeah, it was I guess we were driving in the back of I think, was it your mom? We went somewhere with her mom, and we were in the back seat. And at the end of the day, we were tired, and I started playing this game with her where we would kind of draw letters on each other's hands, and we would have to guess what letter we're drawing out. And then I spelled out, "I love you."
Then I just spelled it back. I love you too.
She said the same thing with the number 2 at the end. And, I mean, technically that was the first time we said it or spelled it. You know what I mean?
That's a secret that will only be between us. Because if I were to say it right now, I might cry.
Yeah, she gets pretty. Whenever she thinks about that stuff, she starts tearing up. But I mean, for me at least, it's that whole cliche about when you have many friends and don't cry, it's okay. You have a certain feeling with them, with certain people. But for me, whenever I was with her, I don't know how to describe it. It was just a pretty warm feeling. Like I felt very comfortable, and I could just be myself and not worry about anything, and we could just talk about anything. And it just felt very nice and warm, and so one of a kind feeling. And I didn't have that with anyone else. So for me, at least, that was the point where I was like, oh, I think I really like this person, or I really love this person. So it was the night before your birthday. Mm-hmm. The original plan was for me to propose midnight when it turned her birthday, but
there were some awkward things going on.
I'll get to why. So I tried to take her out for stargazing. You know, it was a pretty good night, and up in Temecula, there's not that much lights at night, so the stars are pretty bright. And we were Googling different parks and spots to try to stargaze, and she had an idea that I was going to propose that night, but at the same time,
I knew it.
but at the same time, we tried to just make it like a hangout or a special thing to do, because it was always on our list of things to do, to stargaze. So we found a park, we drive there, and we noticed that there's a big sign there saying we can't be there
after sunset.
After sunset. And this is like 10 o'clock p.m. So in my mind, I was like, screw it, let's just go anyway. So I go there, we park, we're the only car there. We get
No, there was another car.
There was another car, but it was like out of the park across the street. And we set up, we get the binoculars, and we start stargazing, and then we start hearing a noise, like a...
It's like a man grunting, and it was kind of awkward, and it increased.
He was coughing.
As we were there.
He was coughing.
It wasn't a cough.
It was a cough. And I think that he was probably smoking or something in his car and making those weird noises. So it started getting a little sketchy, and she started feeling nervous, but I tried to calm her down, you know. And so I was like, screw it, I can't wait till midnight. I have to try to be as smooth as possible, as fast as possible. So I told her, I bought you a star. Can you find out which one it is? And I pointed up at the stars, and there was a cluster of 3 stars there.
You made me try to guess.
And I made her try to guess which one of those stars I bought. So she guessed one by one, and each time I said, nope, until she got to the last one. When she got to the last one, I said no.
And I was already bewildered because the first thing I asked him was, how much did it cost?
How much did it cost to buy a star? I was like, don't worry about it. Just guess which one I bought. And so she guessed all 3, and all 3 I said no. So she was pretty confused because she really believed that I bought her a star. And so she looked at me confused, and then that's when I took out the ring. It was not ghetto.
It was ghetto.
I took out the ring, and I held it I held it upwards where the cluster was, where the cluster of stars were.
And
then with my other hand, I used my cell phone light to kind of shimmer the ring so that the diamond was, you know, glistening with all its beauty. Okay, it was not ghetto. And then at that point, she got quiet. She got really quiet, and then she started crying. She started crying. Even though she's making fun of me, she loved it, and I know it. And then, you know, I did the whole got on one knee and did my whole speech, whatever, and asked her to marry me. And it was hard for her to speak. So she was just nodding yes. And
but I was happy.
She was happy. She took the ring, and now here we are. So that's how I proposed. Maria, so we made it. We're finally married, and you know that there's a lot of things I love about you, but I'll try to make this sweet and simple, so I'll focus on a couple things. I want you to know that you're very inspirational to me. When we met in high school and throughout college and stuff like that, you know, I pointed out that you were very smart, and it was your intelligence that made me try to be the best I can as a student. And because of that drive, I'm this successful man that you see here. And I owe that to you, and thank you. Maria, I'm really grateful for how kind and loving you are towards me and everyone else. You're always seeking out the best for everyone, and you care so much. Sometimes you care too much and it stresses yourself out, and I have to be there to try to calm you down, but in the end, you're just one of the sweetest and most caring people I know. I'm truly grateful for that, because that really played a role in our relationship. You showed me so much kindness, and you loved me for whatever I did or however I acted. You always loved me, and I just want you to know that I'm going to try to do, or I'm trying my best to show you that same love. I mean, I just want you to know that I love you so much, and that whenever life gets hard, whenever life feels dark, I always think of you. I always look for you, because to me, you've always been my light. I ultimately am trying my best to try to be yours as well. So I'm pretty excited for the rest of our lives together, and I know that we'll always stick together, and I know that we'll always love each other. And I know that no matter what, I'll always love you. I promise.
If you're watching this, we're probably already at our reception. So I'm going to try to say this really fast, because once I choke up, I won't get to say anything, but I love you very much, and I'm really happy that we're getting married, and I'm ready to spend the rest of my life with you. Okay, I'm done. Thank you all for coming. We hope you guys like the food. Because it was hard-earned money.
Hard-earned money. So yeah, I mean, for everyone who came out to share this special occasion with us, I'd like to thank you all, and it means a lot to us. So
we love you guys.
Love you guys. Yep. Enjoy the food, dance, do whatever. Just have fun. I mean, that's all we want.
Do I have to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we met in